What's up, Whisper Nation? We are live here with Mock Draft Mania, the first Monday of May of the Mania. And we decided, we loved what we did with Mock Draft Marathon. We wanted to bring it to you every Monday night in May just because, look, COVID 19's got us all hunkered down, got us doing, some quarantine activities. We wanted to be here for you guys to provide you some relief in that and give you some content that you could digest here for fantasy football. And on May the 4th be with you. We've got a special guest tonight. We've got Chewbacca right here on the show. Our buddy Chewbacca's
Yeah,
here,
we
Johnny.
do nothing short to bring the best content to Whisper Nation. So we put it in, we've been working for the last week, really putting in the time and the effort to try to slide into the DMs of Chewbacca, and it definitely seems to be working.
Chewy, how you feeling tonight? I mean, that good. It's got to be that good. If we're not even getting it
We're
over on
not,
our
yeah,
side.
yeah. He's
I mean,
just
listen, it's got to come from all the way in outer space. It's got to come back to us. So just be patient with us, Whisper Nation. We're working through it.
all right. So we will wait just a couple more minutes. We'll just sit here. We almost have the draft room full here. We've got just a couple more spots left open in this rookie dynasty draft startup mock draft that we're doing. So if you want to join, the link is
Yeah,
on our
not a startup, but a dynasty rookie draft.
right. Exactly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
No,
we sent the link is in our Twitter handle. So at TF Whispers, if you go over there, you can join in, and we will be starting this mock draft just shortly. Let me message the guys
yeah.
and let
So
them know.
for the video version, we've got obviously me, Big Travie, here at the 103 spot. Johnny Game Time Hicks at the 1-5, and then Chewbacca under the name Chewbacca 23 is over here at the 111. We've got a couple of fans and supporters here filling into the
Here we go.
draft room right now, and so we're hoping to get it started here shortly and
We
have this
have just
rookie
a
draft
couple
out.
more spots opened up. The 102, the 107, 109, 110, and 112. So getting filled up rather quickly here. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for
Yeah,
this
it's gonna be
draft.
good. I mean, I could tell Chewbacca's excited. I think Chewbacca shaved his chest hair for this one.
Yeah. he is just speechless right now. Hey, it's all right. Cat's got your tongue. It's all right.
Oh, he's on. I think he's on mute, Johnny.
Is he on?
There he goes. I think he's off mute now.
Oh, hello.
Chewy, give us some love.
No, he is not off of
No,
mute.
definitely not.
All right.
Keeps toggling back and forth there.
I think we will go ahead and get started.
All right, let's do this.
Let's jump in here. Okay, so again, just
Rookie dynasty draft here. We got some friends, we got some family, we got some people in, and then obviously the fantasy whispers here on this YouTube live, man. Really excited to do this. This is just the first of the rest of this month. Monday night, we're going to be coming live with these mock drafts. I'm really excited about it.
as always, please like and subscribe to our channel if you are new here. We always appreciate getting new subs and adding more people to Whisper Nation. All right, we are going to kick this off. Here we go. First ever mock draft mania. First of many.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
Going up, here we go. Jonathan Taylor goes first, followed by CEH. Travis, I bet you were wishing he fell to you.
Yeah, definitely did want CEH at 3. Gonna go ahead and take. We've got a standard draft here. We did not discuss the options of PPR or anything like that, so definitely gonna take J.K. Dobbins here. Just a big fan. We had our own dynasty draft, rookie draft last weekend. Just this, yesterday, this past Sunday, and J.K. Dobbins has been big on my board. If you listen to the show, you know how I feel about him. Really excited to take him here. That Baltimore fit is huge, especially in a dynasty format.
And also, if you I just flipped it over to so you can also see the board. So I apologize to you, those of you on Whisper Nation. So
And those of
Daniel,
you joining us on YouTube, just big shout out. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us here. I know you could be doing anything else during this quarantine, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that for sure.
Ooh,
Oh, Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow at 104. Interesting pick there. It leaves me to make this easy pick. I'm very excited. DeAndre Swift fell to me here. Just like in my dynasty draft in real life, I grabbed DeAndre Swift in the first. I love this pick. Love DeAndre Swift. I won't lie though. CeeDee Lamb did cross my mind.
I think it just depends once again on roster construction, right? If you're
Eh,
sitting there at Johnny's pick at 105 and you have a roster full of running backs and you can take a wide receiver, you should probably take somebody like CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Judy. Really dig into the fact that, like, wide receivers' careers historically and statistically last longer. And so that's an important factor to remember here. So after DeAndre Swift by Johnny, the sports nerd. Thanks for joining us here. Takes Jerry Judy, then CeeDee Lamb. We've got MP Bolig. That's Michael, our guy, the Young Blood Sports representing there. Getting Cam Akers at a steal at 108, in my opinion.
I love that.
Uh, yeah, just a great pick there at 108. Jalen Rager, Justin Jefferson, and now Chewbacca is up. What will he do? He's really milked this clock here.
He has to be frustrated here, Travis. The entire first round of this mock draft, he has just been silent.
Yeah, he just has nothing to say for himself.
So Keyshawn Vaughn, I like this pick here. Keyshawn Vaughn quietly and quickly rising up a lot of people's draft boards after they're really seeing what he can do there in Tampa Bay, and seeing that Ronald Jones is not the guy that was picked by this regime, nor does he have the capabilities to land the starting and hold that starting gig there in Tampa Bay. So really like Keyshawn Vaughn and what he can bring to that Tampa Bay offense. Plus they bolstered that offensive line. Really like that. Really like that.
Yeah, Keyshawn Vaughn, the concern would only be that Bruce Arians does not always play his rookies right off the bat. But if you can get a running back in that system, you're really excited about a running back in that really high, potent, highly aggressive system. After Keyshawn Vaughn went Henry Ruggs, Michael Pittman Jr., Denzel Mims. I then took Zach Moss off the board. Really like what Zach Moss has put on tape. Obviously, playing at Utah, you tend to not want to you don't want to over trust the tape with Zach Moss for sure. But I do like what I saw, and I think in Buffalo with that line, with that defense, they are going to definitely run the football a lot, and I'm excited about what I see, Johnny.
I definitely like what I see from Zach Moss. I'm just worried a little bit about the production and how much that's going to translate over to the NFL. And so that's my concern. I wanted to ask you about Henry Ruggs the third. If you want to talk a little bit right there as I look through and figure out who I want to pick here.
Yeah, so Ruggs is hypothetically or at least projected to be the fastest wide receiver in the draft. Goes to a Las Vegas system that is desperate for the wide receiver help. You know what they wanted to do last year when they brought in Antonio Brown. We watched Hard Knocks. They definitely wanted to be this team that was fast and explosive, and they didn't get the chance to be. And so you feel like Oakland is definitely in a space where they want to, or I'm sorry, Las Vegas is definitely in a space where they want to bring the heat as far as wide receiver help. I like what they did in drafting Ruggs, but I think that there are other pieces for them, uh, that they could have addressed. But Ruggs makes sense for them, especially for you look at a Raiders team that has consistently drafted speed over the last decade. After Zach Moss went T. Higgins, and then Johnny took Brandon Ayuk. Big fan of Brandon Ayuk. I think, San Fran saw him. They saw his ability to with yards after catch and thought maybe we could plug him in here and he could be a great complement to Debo Samuel. You look at Emmanuel Sanders leaving, so big fan of that. Sports Nerd takes AJ Dillon here. Then LaVisca Chenault goes to the computer. Justin Herbert to our guy Michael at the 8th spot. Tua, our boy that we just dropped a video on. So if you're subscribed to us on YouTube here, if not, subscribe right now. You'll see that video. We kind of broke down Tua for dynasty and redraft purposes. So that's a good call to go check that out. And then Brian Edwards, and now Chewbacca 23 back on the clock. Oh, there he is. I
Oh,
think we
got a
heard
little
from him.
bit. Oh.
Yeah. He is excited about his Antonio Gibson pick. And Johnny, talk to us a little bit about Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, so Antonio Gibson is really, really interesting, right? He comes in not really sure as if he's going to be a running back or a wide receiver. When he was selected by Washington, they came out and said, no, we want to use him as a running back, which, doesn't really bode well, or people who, are invested in Darius Geis or, Love certainly don't like to hear that and draws concerns. But Antonio Gibson is an electric player. He's a guy that you just want to get the ball in space, get him the ball in space and see what he can do. He's very electric, ran an extremely fast 4.40 time, and he looks to be very, very interesting. I think they'll draw up some nice gadget plays. They were saying that they equated him to CMC on an athletic ability standpoint, which is a very intriguing thing to go with, like a really nice comp. So it will be interesting for sure to see if he can pan out to that. But I like Antonio Gibson. I don't know if I'm confident with him going in the late second. I think he's more of a third-round guy, but certainly if you're at the end of the second and he's not going to make it all the way back to you in the third at the end of the third, and you like him that much, go ahead and take him. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I think that was a succinct, just depiction of what Gibson can bring you. After that, Chase Claypool went. He's kind of a sleeper a little bit. So second round was a little shocking here, but it is a pure rookie draft, so you understand that. He's the Pittsburgh wide receiver, and we know. Look, you go over years of time. Pittsburgh has done their due diligence in drafting wide receivers, so you're excited about that. Jalen Hurts goes next at 3-1, then Darrington Evans. I took Devin Duvernay of Baltimore. I'm pretty excited about what he could bring to the table for the Baltimore offense. Anthony McFarland, sorry about that, went next. Then Joshua Kelly. Joshua Kelly goes to the Chargers here. We know what Eckler did last year. We know they were okay with Melvin Gordon leaving. So what does Joshua Kelly bring to the table, and can he kind of usurp, Eckler in this role and bring a lot of fantasy value?
Yeah, so I was really hoping that Anthony McFarland would have fallen to me there in the third, but that would have been just a little too nice for me. But he would have been my option there. Anthony McFarland is a really good running back, a lot of upside. Joshua Kelly actually, though, looks to be the more impacted immediately, right? Immediately impacted to the LA Chargers. You look at what he comes in, 5'11", 212 pounds. Was pick 406. Now let's remember, everybody, that like these running backs, you have to kind of grade them on a curve, right? Because most running backs don't go in the first round. So CEH did, and that was why it was such a big shocker, and that's why he climbed up draft boards, was because the draft capital. But you got to start putting like a little bit of a curve on here. So I would say second round guys are more like first rounders. So you're looking at a 406. That's pretty good draft capital for a running back. But Travis, if you look at his 40 time, 4.49, 80th percentile for that. Speed score 104. He's got the size to take over that backfield and be that early down beast kind of running back. And I like they don't have that on the on the Chargers right now. So
Yeah.
Justin Jackson, unfortunately, I do think that he will fall back, and I think he'll become the third
Well,
running
that
back.
was
And
gonna be my next question for you because Justin Jackson got a lot of hype over the last 2 years as a guy that could probably step in and be that guy for them, but hasn't really panned out as that guy. So do you think the story's written and it's over for Justin Jackson, and, that's been equated to the Joshua Kelly pick for them?
I so unfortunately, Justin Jackson, I really like him, but I don't think that it's panned out to be what they want him to be. And so this pick could be very well to try to push him to see what get the best out of him. But I honestly think that they drafted and put the draft capital in Joshua Kelly. Joshua Kelly looked good in college, so I think that Joshua Kelly will eventually take over that role, as the early down running back. And so I'm trying to get Joshua Kelly on a lot of my rookie drafts.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. So after Joshua Kelly went Tyler Johnson, KJ Hamler, uh, Eno Benjamin, Van Jefferson, Antonio Gandy Golden. Dude, Gandy Golden is a sleeper for me. I think he could
Yeah.
be a big steal for a lot of rookie drafts. Um, our boy Chewbacca here. Thank you for joining us all the way from outer space. We appreciate you. Uh, yeah, our guy takes DJ Dallas, which is a very interesting pick. We love that pick in Seattle, where, yeah, they have Chris Carson, who has done well. And yeah, they have Rashad Penny, who they spent some capital in a couple years ago. But DJ Dallas could be a steal of the draft, somebody they waited on, they brought in a later pick. And we know Seattle's going to be poised to run for a couple years. Cole Komet went. Yeah. So look,
Yeah.
Chewbacca agrees, dude.
Yeah.
Um, Cole Komet went in the 12th spot after that. Then Jacob Eason, followed by LaMichael Perrine. Jordan Love, I took in at 4-3. Quintez Cephas, followed by Johnny's pick of Gabriel Davis. And now the sports nerd, who then rapidly picks James Morgan, QB for the Jets, followed by Adam Troutman, KJ Hill, Devin Asiasi, Donovan Peoples Jones, and now Chewbacca back on the clock in the fourth round here. We are just a couple of rounds away from the end of this rookie draft. Like we said, we just wanted to do a rookie draft for you, get you guys in that mood. Obviously, Dynasty's popping off right now for rookie drafts. We just had the NFL draft. It's an exciting time. Hopefully, this gives you some of the information you need to get that edge in your rookie draft this year.
So you talked about your Antonio Gandy Golden. That was your big wide receiver that you think is going to pop off. Similar to that, I really am liking. Ooh, speaking of which, he's not taken yet. I don't think. No, he is.
So
He
I
is.
better not say him.
Yeah. I was about to no. Van Jefferson is becoming that guy to me. Certainly, is a little bit of risk involved with that pick. He is coming off of a Liz Frank injury, so you'll have to take that, and that's why he's kind of falling a little bit in drafts. But this guy has been equated to Keenan Allen, and you're looking at an offense that really spreads the ball around, and he can look to do a lot of damage. Now, he is definitely going to be a future pick. I don't think that he will have immediate impact this year, but certainly in Dynasty, I really, really like him. But you have Josh Reynolds still there in the Rams wide receiver group, and he is projected to start, which I do like him this
At
year.
least at least for this year and maybe the year forward, but I mean I do secede that I think that Van Jefferson could be a sneaky pickup right now, especially in dynasty formats.
I was wanting
So the tight end, yeah, so the tight end for Denver goes right after oh, I didn't pick the right guy. Well, look at that.
to. Why? Oh, who did you want?
I
I mean, you're
definitely
gonna
wanted
pick before me. Who are you trying to get?
I was trying to get Prosh here, but
Oh, he's probably
for
gonna get.
Baltimore.
Yeah. Although
Anyways, so
Darnell Mooney is starting to come on deep dynasty circles. He's been definitely picked up quite a bit, and a lot of people are starting to talk about him there in Chicago with BDN. coming into town.
Right, Nick Foles,
Did you
baby.
did you guys
No, that's
see that?
Chewbacca's one of Chewbacca's favorite quarterbacks right there
Yeah.
is Nick
D-
Foles.
did you guys did you guys see that they did not pick up Mitch Trubisky's contract? They didn't extend the fifth year. They don't want him there. He's out.
Man, that makes sense,
BDN
man.
is in.
So Darnell Mooney goes. Then we have the tight end for Denver, Raymond Calais, Harrison Bryant, Michael Warren, Colin Johnson, Rico Dowdle, Dalton Keene, and then our guy Chewbacca, 23, takes James Proche. Good pick. Jake Fromm goes in the 5th. Josiah Degura, that's the second tight end drafted now in the last 2 years for Green Bay. Cole McDonald, and now I am back on the clock here. So it's just about deciding kind of who you want at this point, rookie wise. There's just a lot of names out there.
There's so many.
Like, what are you gonna do?
But you only have one option. So you've definitely got to make your choice here. Thaddeus Moss is someone that I'm really interested in.
He went in the last round. Big time. Definitely interested in Thaddeus Moss. I'm going to take this guy, Joe Reed, out of the Chargers. I think there's an opportunity there for him to kind of play into some snaps there. We'll see what becomes of that. Baby Pluto 69. Thank you for joining us on this mock draft. Appreciate you in here. Appreciate all of you that joined us. Big shout out to you guys, and we can't wait to bring it to you for the rest of this couple hours that we've got you guys. We're gonna at least do one more mock draft, maybe another, depending on time.
I don't even know who I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, no, I won't lie to you. I kind of just plugged my eyes and went with a player.
Well, I mean, there's definitely some people that I like, as far as, but I was wondering if I should just plug in my tight end position just to give a little adversity here in my draft. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab Marquez Callaway. Really like this guy. New Orleans just signed him. He was an unrestricted free agent. I was hoping he would get drafted just to show a little bit of draft capital equity in him. But very, very talented, super athletic, or sorry, not super athletic, which is possibly why he dropped, but he's just super sound. He's really, really good, really lanky. I like him a lot. He's a deep sleeper for me.
So Callaway goes, then James Robinson, Jake Luton, Hunter Bryant out of Detroit, Isaiah Hodgins, Salvin Ahmed, and then Chewbacca 23 with his last pick of the draft here, 6'11". Where will Chewy go? Some people are thinking, Quez Watkins, wide receiver out of Philly. Look, Philly needs wide receiver help. They drafted a few of them. This is a smart pick for depth reasons. And then Desmond Patman rounds it out as Mr. Irrelevant here. That completes Mock Draft Mania draft number 1 here, Johnny. We got this first one out of the way. Dynasty rookie draft, 6 rounds here. Pretty excited about what we were able to accomplish here. What are your thoughts on your team here with these rookies stacking up?
I definitely like what I've got here. Took Brandon Ayuk as a nice little wide receiver in the second. Gives myself some upside with, I don't know if I see Brandon Ayuk as a wide receiver 1, but he can definitely push the high end of the wide receiver 2. I think in that system, and if they use him like they used Deebo Samuel last year, I think that he has that potential. He's long, lengthy. He can create separation. Jonathan Kelly, love that pick. We talked about that earlier. Gabriel Davis, Raymond Calais, who is the third down back for Tampa Bay now. He should push Ogubawale. I think I'm messing that name up, but he should push him for the third down back. We'll see. He's a really good pass protector, so that's where he'll come key and handy. And then as we just talked about, Marquez Callaway. So I kind of just went running back, wide receiver, kept it a little bit 50-50. I just took value as it came, which I generally like to do in drafts. So overall, I'm pretty happy with my draft. I wish there were a couple other guys that had fallen. But you take what you take, and you get what you get.
Yeah, amen. I loved what I did here.
How you feeling?
Yeah, no, I liked what I did here. J.K. Dobbins, Zach Moss to start it off, set a good base with running back. Uh, Devin Duvernay, not sold on that fit in Baltimore, not sold on the wide receiver himself, but you're in the third round. Once it starts getting to there, you're kind of just taking some lottery shots as far as rookies are concerned. Took Jordan Love as a long stash. If you're looking at future of quarterback, Jordan Love could sit behind Rodgers for a few years. Has great arm talent. Really excited about what he could be in the future for Green Bay. Darnell Mooney, Joe Reed to round it out here. I would ask Chewbacca how he feels, but I think we're going to get one answer here.
Or no answer.
Or no answer,
Or no
depending on
answer.
the audio. It's hard when you're streaming them in from space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally get it. All right, you
Uh,
guys, let's get this other mock draft going. How about that?
yeah,
How
for
about
sure. Let's
catch
get
me in
it going.
another mock draft? How about that? Huh?
How about that?
All right.
Chewbacca's on. I think he's ready.
Let us know. Let us know, Whisper Nation, if what you
You
guys
guys
thought
can
of
hear him.
that first mock draft. All right, so let's get people in. Travis, you don't have this link yet, huh?
No, I don't.
All right, let's get this over here to you.
As
All right.
always, guys, if you want more fantasy football content, head over to the fantasywhispers.com. We've got new articles up. We've got a bunch of good content going on. Uh, we would love to have you guys subscribe to the page and get all that content. That's what we're in it for is to give it for you or give it to you.
All right, as we get set up here, all right, I'm going to tweet out this link. So if you are following along on YouTube with us, please head on over to our Twitter. I will be setting up that link right now. Did it not allow for that to pop up? Did it work when you guys clicked on it in the chat group, Travis?
Yeah. Wait, no, did you put it? Where did you? Yeah, no, I did. I picked my spot. I'm at
Okay.
1-9.
Is it going to be a regular, or is a 12-team PPR? 12-team PPR. I wanted to get a little bit wild. Actually, I have to check the settings because I might have gotten a little bit wild with this second one. Or half PPR. Half PPR. So 12 team, half PPR. Oh, I need to claim my spot here. Ooh. Let me go with Travis's. We'll have a little bit of fun, Travis. You and I will go back and forth here in the ninth
Oh,
and 10th pick here.
wow.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
just
you
happened,
are.
dude. That just
Yeah,
happened.
you are.
We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll see if I can take any of your picks. Well, I should say it's definitely gonna happen. It's when I take your picks. Not a matter of if, a matter of when. It happen.
Honestly, just shout out to Chewbacca here. You know, I know he's got a busy
Yeah.
schedule out there, like in the galaxy, but like hold it down for us here. May the 4th be with you all right now. Um, Shout out to a couple of our other guests in here. The sports nerd.
What's up, and hop on for mock drafting right now. Half PPR over live. So is in the bio. Make sure you check us out. Want a mock draft with us? Yeah, we have it out the 12-team half PPR mock draft. Head on over there. Love to see you guys in the mock draft. We have about half the spots still spots. Head on. We're at TF Whisper handle. That link. A lot of fun. We are doing mock draft mania. You guys there? Get like a little tiger thing in there. I heard that. It was like it was the Tiger Show right now?
Tiger King.
Tiger King, dude. Tiger King. Whisper Nation, if you're following on YouTube right now, have you guys seen this Tiger King? Let us know. What is your thought process on the Tiger King as we wait for this draft room to fill up a little bit? So Travis, I have watched this whole Tiger King. I haven't seen the updated episode 1 yet. Have you watched that? The aftermath one?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So we're in the same boat there. But what do you
Chewie
think?
did.
All right. So Carol Baskins killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen.
Look at Chewbacca definitely believes
Yeah.
that she killed him.
Yeah, that's exactly. Because she probably got Chewbacca. She probably hired Chewbacca. Everyone thinks it was the Tigers. Yeah.
Chewbacca wants to deny it. Like, he's not going to be involved in that. I think, look, I think, first of all, this show is wild. Front to back. This is just this wild enactment of just like craziness going on. So if you're looking for something to digest during this quarantine, definitely get on there on Tiger King. But we heard today that Nick Cage is going to be playing Joe Exotic in the Tiger King like reboot, and I can't say how excited I am about this. I think Chewbacca is not excited, but I think I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah,
we got Austin in here.
Austin Sear, who helps us with the he does the 2-minute 2-minute drill.
2-minute drill.
And also jumps on episodes with us. He will be on episodes again with us this year. Be a lot of fun. Austin's always fun. And his depth of knowledge is bar none. Bar none. Always. He's always in the he is like he has the worst luck when it comes to fantasy and getting in finals. He's been in the finals of multiple dynasty leagues between baseball and football and basketball. He gets to the semifinal, he gets to the championship game and like loses every single time. He has yet to win a championship, but he has been to the championship game a handful of times. Really unfortunate.
Listen, you can't win them all.
Listen, you can't, but you can do your best to get there.
I'm gonna share this link over here. We are mock drafting.
Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please head on over to follow us on at TF Whispers for Twitter. That is where the link is, and we'll be doing this all month long. All month of May, we will be doing these live mock drafts and streaming them every Monday. We'll at least be doing 2 mock drafts. Who knows? We might get a little wild and mock draft another one if we're feeling a little crazy. We love mock drafting. We can never get enough of it. So definitely join us and follow us on at TF Whispers in order to mock draft with us, as well as like and subscribe to our channel, please. If this is the first time you're watching and you just saw us live, you saw that we were streaming live and stumbled upon our channel, or like, what are these guys about? We just like having fun. We love talking fantasy. We love doing mock drafts on Sleeper. So join us. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell notification. We release content all the time. pretty good, I'd say. I don't know. Travis likes to differ. Travis likes to just argue with me,
It's all right.
but overall,
Listen, it's all right. I mean, look, if you love fantasy football like us, you're gonna love it because we're diving into all the good stuff, man. We're getting into the details of all the good stuff, and we're here mock drafting with you guys because hell, I mean, what the hell else are we gonna do?
right? If you're watching this, please give us a thumbs up right now. I greatly appreciate it.
Hmm.
It also helps with
I
the
think we're
algorithm. It helps people see us, which
yeah, I
is
think we're
nice.
pretty close here.
I think we're pretty close. I think
Yeah.
that we will go ahead and get started here in 2 minutes. Want to give a 2 minute countdown? 2 minutes.
Chewbacca, man. So blessed to have Chewbacca on with us tonight on May the 4th. He had to have been booked up, dude.
That's what I'm saying. We went all out on this. He was very, very expensive, but hey, we all expenses were cast aside when we did this. All expenses.
I'm gonna run, get a drink of water real quick, and I'll be right back.
Oh, heck yeah. I want to say thank you. Big shout out to Drunken Monkey 82. You joined because of our link, and I got 20 free cookies. So appreciate that. Yeah, Chewbacca's really, really jealous about the 20 free cookies because I could use it to get a mascot for this next season. That's kind of cool. Don't be jealous, Chewbacca. Listen. Where did Travis go? Yeah? Is that where he went? I thought you always kept track of where he went and why he went there. You're supposed to be his right hand man, Chewbacca. Here's my question. How much did they actually pay you to be the star of Star Wars? Like you seem to be living a lavish life there of luxury based on what I'm looking at as your background there. Must have paid you pretty well to be in the Star Wars. Oh, Big Travis back just in time. We won't let him. I was just commenting on like Chewbacca must have made a pretty penny in the movies
The
because
Star Wars, yeah.
because he's looking like he's living in a pretty lavish lifestyle right there in his background. All right, we
Nice
we
looking
ready?
home.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
let's
get
do it.
started.
Let's kick it
Let's
off.
get started. All right.
All right, so we've got a half PPR, 12 team mock draft here, 15 rounds. So definitely a considerable amount of rounds compared to our rookie draft last show. McCaffrey comes off the board, then Saquon. No surprise there at 1 and 2. Could have gone either way with those two. Obviously, you love McCaffrey's last year, so obviously that's probably why he gets the nod. And now we have the sports nerd up here as he debates his decision. If you had to, gun to your head, Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley?
Christian McCaffrey.
I think
I
that makes
here's the thing, and I stumbled upon this on Twitter, and then I kind of looked a little bit deeper into it, and I want to continue to look into it because it is an interesting topic and it would be interesting to dive deeper into. But um, someone had mentioned like Saquon Barkley is a monster home run hitter, and if he doesn't get his home run hitting, um, are you disappointed in his fantasy production? And now, I have never been a Saquon Barkley owner. Unfortunately, I never had the privilege to be a Saquon Barkley owner. But certainly as a person who has studied Saquon Barkley, over the last 2 years for fantasy, I really like what he does, and you always feel super confident. And it's always like, yeah, of course you're going to start Saquon Barkley whenever he plays, but it would be interesting to see from an actual number standpoint how often that were true. Like, that is what he had a monster down year last year, and a lot of people are disappointed, but he was injured, right? And oh, your time is up, Travis. You
No,
couldn't even.
I picked Tyreek.
Oh, okay.
I kept clicking it, but it wouldn't do it. But that is definitely who I picked. Yeah, I feel that on the two of them for sure. Ezekiel Elliott went at 103, then Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, and our boy Chewbacca, who is in a Kamara jersey right now, said he wanted to go at 106 with Kamara. That makes sense. That's very on brand for him. Devontae Adams goes after that. Michael takes Dalvin Cook. I took Tyreek Hill. I really love that offense, that quarterback, everything that they're gearing up to do this year. The freak of nature that is Tyreek the freak. And then Johnny takes Joe Mixon. Not a bad pick at all here, Johnny. I understand that there could have been some hesitancy in picking him, but he should be set up here with Joe Burrow coming in. The line they've increased the weapons there. Julio Jones goes at 111. And now we are sitting here
Yeah,
with Austin taking Derrick Henry, and now he's got another pick here.
so I took Joe Mixon because over Nick Chubb, simply because of it being a PPR. If this wasn't a PPR, I would probably go Nick Chubb over Joe Mixon. But Joe Mixon, you really saw what happened to Nick Chubb last year once Kareem Hunt came back. Kareem Hunt took over a lot of the passing down. He only had like 2 receptions after Kareem Hunt came back. So that's where I'm going with that one.
Okay,
Or that's
so
why I went with Joe
Austin,
Mixon over Nick Chubb.
the true path to bell cow is a little more clear there, so I understand that. Austin takes Derrick Henry at the 12th spot, then Nick Chubb with his back-to-back picks, followed by Josh Jacobs at 11, or the wraparound here. Chris Godwin goes to Johnny here at 2-3. 2-4, I am up. So it's really on me here to decide what I want to do.
Is he gonna do it? That's the big question. I know it's crossing your
Uh,
mind. I know it's staring you in the
You're
face, and
definitely
you're looking
there.
at. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Take him. Oh, he
Eh,
does it. He takes
eh.
Lamar Jackson. Hey, listen, I have no problem with Lamar Jackson in the second round this year. None, because of the positional advantage he gives over even Patrick Mahomes. It's insane. So Lamar
Yeah, I
Jackson
just think
is.
like we haven't seen anything like Lamar since Michael Vick. When Michael Vick was in the league, and Lamar has been something special. Uh, Look, the championship belt that's behind me right here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it.
Oh, get
Lamar.
over yourself.
Hey, hey,
Oh, get
listen,
over your. Wow,
listen.
way to sell
The
out,
whole
dude.
the
Way to
whole
sell
reason I
out.
got it, the whole reason I got it is because of Lamar Jackson.
We just
But
lost all the viewers that were not
I don't
watching
think we
this,
did. I
okay?
don't think we did.
So, I'm just kidding. We have a sweet belt. We have a sweet belt, and it looks way tinier behind. It looks only the size of Big Travis' head right now, but that thing is massive. That is like a legit championship belt. Um,
It took
Travis, why don't you grab it and like show it to the camera?
all
Like,
right.
why don't we? Unreal. We're sitting here talking about it. And it looks like a little toy thing, but this thing is like a legit. We invested heavily in this. This is our championship belt into our only league that matters, Toltem Group. Chris, the Chewbacca guy, the guy behind the Chewbacca mask, he is been very dedicated to that Chewbacca mask. He is a 3-time champ, but he was heavily involved in designing that belt. Yeah, look at that bad boy. That thing is sweet. And I still have not touched it because
Beautiful.
I have not won it. So I refuse to touch it until I win it because that moment will be sweet. But yeah. All right, Travis, get back here. You need to get back to work over here, dude. Over here, messing with your belt and stuff. Gosh, got to keep you on task here. Almost your pick. All right, so Lamar Jackson went, and then followed by Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, Aaron Jones to Chewbacca there in the second. Interesting pick, but we'll keep going. Amari Cooper, Patrick Mahomes, second quarterback, taken in the second round. Travis Kelce becomes the first tight end taken by the sports nerd. Interesting pick there. You're going with kind of like the three elites, it looks like. Strategy that Travis really likes. Yeah, Cooper Kupp and Antonio Brown end out the second. Antonio Brown still making his way onto draft boards for sleeper. I'm not sure exactly how this is possible, but here it is, and it's happening. So he comes off early. Then you had George Kittle start out the third round. Melvin Gordon, Kenny G was taken by the sports nerd as a third pick in the third round. Chris Carson, Keenan Allen, Adam Thielen halfway through the third round, 306 pick. I like that one. Miles Sanders and Austin Eckler come off the board, back-to-back running backs. Is Travis going to go a running back here? Oh, he's not. He's going three elites here and does not take a running back position. This is half-point PPR, so it could be a little bit easier for him to fill that position. But Zach Ertz, man, going heavily on the Zach Ertz pick here, huh?
Yeah, look, Ertz has years of experience
Over
just
Mark
dominating.
Andrews. If you
Yeah, look,
haven't
we
watched
had.
if you haven't watched that face off, make sure you go and watch that face off. We have this awesome face off
Listen,
up.
I love Mark Andrews, as we call him, Mark Mandrews, friend of the show. We love Mark Andrews. I think the difference here is that Zach Ertz has proved over years that he is the number one target for Carson Wentz, and I think that this year, even if they were to add help, it would actually boost the value of Zach Ertz. And so I'm really excited to grab Zach Ertz this year, especially at the value you can get him late in the third. Johnny with DJ Shark.
Yeah, I really like DJ Shark. I'm a believer. Obviously, like I traded for him in Dynasty, so I'm a pretty big believer in DJ Shark. I think he's the real deal. Holyfield and all those suckers and hoes are gonna know how he feels after this after this year. It's a wrap. Come on, it's Dr. Dre. Okay, so but on the real, DJ Chark is awesome, and I think he's here to stay. I was considering a running back there, but I didn't necessarily like exactly what I saw on that running back front. You know, Singletary went after, and then Le'Veon Bell, and we got another computer pick with Devonta Freeman, who's not even on a team. So definitely
Even
don't like any of
Chewbacca
those
knows
guys.
that.
Yeah, don't like any of those guys.
I mean, we're getting into the thick of the running backs. You just plug your
I,
nose and pick at this point.
Here's the thing. I will say that it is a 3 wide receiver set, so take that. And there is a guy that I really like here as a wide receiver, but I cannot pass up. And he is going to rise. He will rise in ADP. I promise you this from now until it is time to draft. But come on, people, for reals, Kenyon Drake in the 403 spot. What a bargain! What a steal! I'm dominating this draft over here. Chewbacca can't even believe it. He's like, how did anyone miss that? Although we did quietly miss A.J. Brown going at the 401 spot. I really like that pick. That was a great wide receiver pickup right there. Oh, my goodness. And Big Travie with CEH coming off right after me. Wow. Okay, I see what you're doing. I'm liking what Big Travie's doing over here. This is that's a really nice little setup you got so far.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I'm gonna go swing for it, I might as well go for all the upside there. So I take CEH, who they drafted in the first round. Just looking at the running backs that are left, like I love James Conner, I love his story, I love Kenyon Drake. Obviously, you took him, but I just think CEH is poised for a big year.
Oh, I do. Yeah, CH is
Yeah,
definitely
like
poised for a huge year.
at least for year one, and then we can look after that and go from there. But redraft PPR, look, the reason that Damian Williams stayed in the lineup for the Chiefs is because that Patrick Mahomes could trust him with those wheel routes with those screens, and CEH is that receiving back that is also balanced and low to the ground that they like. So, really excited about what he can do for Kansas City this year. And look, in a normal draft, I don't know that you could get him at fourth round, and I think
No,
that
I was just
by
looking at it.
by the end of the offseason, I'm probably not going to be able to get him there. And so this was just a no-brainer. So T.Y. Hilton comes off the board. I think that's a great pick there, especially with Philip Rivers coming to town there. Calvin Ridley, also a great pick. Deshaun Watson to Chewbacca there. I think that's also a good pick. Uh, Listen, Deshaun Watson has some of the best upside in the game right now. He's mobile. He's a killer. I love Deshaun Watson. James Conner comes off the board. Debo Samuel, Allen Robinson, Mark Ingram, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, another great pick, I think. David Montgomery, and now the sports nerd back on his back-to-back picks. So Johnny, talk to us a little bit about this last round. Maybe one of your favorite picks of the last round.
So I'll just kind of give fourth round super super juicy. Really like all the talent that you can get here. It's a really solid round. A couple of things that I want to say. I do expect Kenyon Drake and Clyde Edwards-Helaire to go up into the third round, come closer to draft, in August and September. I do think that Melvin Gordon and Chris Carson could end up falling, and even Devin Singletary and Le'Veon Bell could end up falling into the fourth, fifth, and sixth rounds. David Montgomery is another guy that I do expect to jump up into the fourth, maybe late third round. Come that time as well. But you're looking at a couple of wide receivers that I really, really like. T.Y. Hilton, very, very interesting with Philip Rivers coming into town. Calvin Ridley, this is the big year. The third year for a wide receiver coming into the NFL. Well, last year was Ridley's third year, I believe, actually. Was it not, or is it? It was his second year last year. So
Yeah.
third year coming up. This should be his big breakout year, I expect. And then Allen Robinson to me is a guy that is an absolute steal here in the fourth round. I think he is a wide receiver one, a low end wide receiver one. If things get right with BDN, I think he can return to what we saw a few years ago in his second year coming into the league when he broke out. He has the talent. He just needs the quarterback, and he hasn't had that so far. So that's where I'm at with that one.
So the fifth round was DK Metcalf, David Montgomery, Cortland Sutton, then on Johnson, Michael Gallup. Our boy Chewbacca took Tyler Boyd, Jarvis Landry. Look, love the Boyd pick. I think he's still going to be able to feast over there, especially with Joe Burrow coming in. Stephon Diggs, yeah, give it to us, Chewy. Stephon Diggs, go to our boy Michael Bowling. I love that Stephon Diggs pick. Should have some big upside up there in Buffalo. Odell Beckham Jr. To myself in the fifth, then DJ Moore to Johnny in the fifth as well. Darius Geis, Juju Smith-Schuster. What a value pick there at the fifth. I mean, this
Yeah.
was a guy going in the first and the second round last year. I think that it's the same could be said for OBJ and some of these guys being taken in that fifth round. If you're talking about post-hype sleepers, this is the year, especially for wide receiver, because you're going to have this influx of wide receiver from the rookie class that are coming in, and so people are going to kind of sleep on guys that are in the second year of that offense, or maybe have a quarterback coming back, as is in the case for Juju. And I think there's some situations that people are sleeping on. Kareem Hunt goes at 601. Robert Woods, love the volume that he's going to be getting. David Johnson goes to Johnny here. And now I am up. So, Johnny, talk a little bit about some of these last picks that have come through.
So grabbing DJ Moore here, I grabbed him in the fifth round. Absolutely love this pick. I love DJ Moore. I think he's a breakout star. It's almost as if I'm drafting my dynasty team right now because a lot of these guys are on that team, but it's not purposeful. It's just DJ Moore. I love Juju. I think that if DJ Moore weren't there, I would have probably went Juju with this pick. And then David Johnson, again, half point PPR. I already have two really solid running backs, so getting David Johnson is just kind of an icing on top. I do believe that he will return positive value of where he's going currently in drafts. Listen, this isn't a guy that you're going to be he's not going to be a top 5 running back anymore. But I do know that he's going to get 250 carries, and there's a good chance that even if he plots along at 3.2 yards per carry average, which would be horrendous for him, he's up. Career average is about 3.8, 3.6. So this is a nice zone running scheme. I really like what David Johnson can do this year for Houston. So getting him in the 6th round is an absolute steal for me. Todd Gurley, though, is a very, very nice pickup as well. So this is what I love about doing early mock drafts is you see a lot of value. You see where it's at. I talked about the value in the 4th round. Travis, it's looking like there's a lot of value here in the 6th round as well. Mark Andrews coming off the board. That's another guy I was kind of looking at. Talk us through your Todd Gurley pick. Were you eyeing him? Did you notice that he was available and that's why you picked him up? And what's your confidence in Todd Gurley for this season?
I mean, I think at least in redraft leagues, big confidence in Todd Gurley. I think coming back to Atlanta, coming back to a homecoming sort of pick, they want to use him in that sense. They want to bring him back, make it a story. Look, Matt Ryan is not the oldest QB, but he's not the youngest by any means, and I think they want to try and get a team around him that can win. And I think Todd Gurley is a nice fit there for them. I'm excited because he can catch the ball and they can use him in that offense. So definitely excited there. Our boy Michael takes Russell Wilson. He is a Seattle homer, so that's not a
That's a good pick
surprising
there.
pick there. Mark
But it's a
Andrews
good
takes.
pick. I like Russell
Yeah,
Wilson
yeah.
there.
Will Fuller comes off the board. Another great pick by Chewbacca here. I think Will Fuller's got some serious upside. If you've got wide receiver depth, which Chewbacca built by getting Boyd and Thielen, very nice, safe floor guys that he took before that. And then he takes a little bit of a pop with Will Fuller in the 6th, which I think is a great pick there because Will Fuller now without DeAndre Hopkins could really kind of build on the chemistry we saw that Will Fuller and Deshaun Watson have. The only problem has been Will Fuller staying on the field. So if we get blessed as fantasy football fans to get Will Fuller and Deshaun Watson with a full season, man, some magic could be made with the two of them. Marlon Mack comes off the board. Obviously, they drafted Jonathan Taylor, so we'll see what happens there. Philip Lindsay, Devontae Parker, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, AJ Green, still in Cincinnati, re-signed now. Lamar Miller, no team. This is a computer pick for sure. Jonathan Taylor coming off the board here. Darren Waller, Austin Hooper, Evan Ingram, a little bit of a run on tight ends. Chewbacca trying to shore up his starting lineup with Evan Ingram there. Christian Kirk, Brandon Cooks. And that brings us back to me on the board here. And we will see kind of where I go.
So it is interesting. You do see this nice little run on tight ends with 4 tight ends going in, the 6th and the 7th round. Essentially, for me, if I'm not, I mean, I like the value of Mark Andrews in the 6th, and there's definitely some consideration there. I personally don't mind giving up a 7th rounder for a tight end, especially if you're getting one like Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Austin Hooper, or Evan Ingram. All 4 of those guys are very solid tight ends. I actually think that this year could be a nice little rebound of tight ends where we do see a nice handful of tight ends. Of course, you're going to have your super high tier elite or tight ends, of course, at the top. But I do think that there's going to be this middle tier of tight ends that are just going to be able to get you by. And I don't think it's going to be, what it was a few years ago of, this boom or bust at the tight end position. I think there'll be a little bit of stability there.
Yep, I think I would agree with that. We've seen some upside wide receivers in the 7th here go back to back to back. So Christian Kirk by the computer. Michael takes Brandon Cooks. I took Marquise Brown. I really love the upside there for Marquise Brown. Johnny is now on the clock here.
All right, I'm going to totally gamble here, not knowing what Austin is going to do here at the end, but this makes it a little interesting. I can't pass up on one of my boys, one of the guys I like a lot. But there are 2 people that I really want here. So I'm going to go Terry McLaurin because I'm a big fan of Terry McLaurin. Hunter Henry goes right after me. That is an intriguing tight end name, but I'm staying away from Hunter Henry this year. I think too many people are still looking at his name and thinking that he's this monster tight end, which I do think he's a solid tight end, but I'm worried about what's going on over there in LA land. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hoping a player drops to me and it'll get past Austin. But Austin's the last hurdle. And I knew that Austin was going to take Terry McLaurin if I didn't take him. So I knew I had to draft him there. We'll see if this other player falls to me in this next round. But I have a feeling, I have a sneaky feeling, if I know Austin, which I do, that he's going to grab him here in the 8th because it's a very, very great value. So Travis, talk to us about your Marquise pick, huh? You made it down to the wire. Gosh dang it. And there it was. I knew I was screwed. I knew I was screwed either way. If I would have taken Dak Prescott right there, I knew he would have taken Terry McLaurin. If I would have, I took Terry McLaurin, I just had a feeling. I told you. Did I not just say it? Like I know what I'm doing here. Unreal.
Yeah, I guess.
Dak Prescott, what a value. What a value in the 7th round. End of the 7th. I couldn't believe he was still there.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you believe in they put weapons around him. Like CeeDee Lamb is a great addition to them. Zeke is still there. They should definitely second year under Kellen Moore calling plays. So like I think there's definitely some upside there for sure. Mike Williams comes off the board immediately in Austin's second pick in his back-to-back. Then Carson Wentz, and now Johnny is on the board, on the clock.
Wow. All right, well, I'm going to cheat a little bit here, and I'm going to admittedly cheat a little bit here, but it's not my fault. It is not my fault. All right? It's solely the fault of the computer, but you got to take advantage of this. This is why I'm showing you live on our stream, Whisper Nation. You got to take advantage of the computer systems. Oh no. Oh, I didn't see my time was running out. You guys didn't even give me warning. Unreal.
Well, no, dude, we can't give you a warning.
You just let me go. You guys just let me talk. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait till the next round.
So Johnny auto drafts Sony Michel here. I was able to scoop up Cam Akers. Was thinking about Cam Akers in the 7th round. Was able to get him in the 8th. Pretty happy about that. DeAndre Swift goes to Michael right after that. Cam Newton without a team goes to the computer. Chewbacca, our boy Chewy, taking Tevin Coleman. Really believing in that, even though San Francisco's kind of committed to God, what I'm blanking on his name.
Wait, who are you trying? Oh, they didn't commit. They didn't commit to.
Well, I mean, they traded away. They didn't trade away, but they didn't keep Breida, and they have Mostert there.
But they also just drafted 2 running backs. So it's like, how much do you really believe in that?
Well, listen, San Fran loves running backs, so
yeah, I know, which is the problem. Which is the reason why
Josh Allen goes after. Yeah, I agree. Josh Allen goes after that. Then Julian Edelman, Raheem Mostert, Noah Fant, Rashad Penny, N'Keal Harry, John Brown, Drew Brees, Ronald Jones, James White, followed by Latavius Murray, Sterling Shepard, and now Michael back on the clock here. Johnny, talk to us about what happened in the 8th there.
Well, I didn't realize my time was counting down, and I had typed in my player, and then I built him up so much, and no one said anything. I thought my team would, be like, "Yo, Johnny, your time's about to run out," but no, you guys just did. You guys just watched me make a fool of myself on live YouTube stream. Unreal. What you kids, they say, oh, have friends. They'll watch out for you. You'll look out for you. No, not in fantasy. Not in fantasy football. It doesn't happen. They let you make mistakes. They want you to make mistakes, and then they just make fun of you for it. But we'll see. We'll see who's laughing after I make this pick. If he falls to me, I'm going to be beyond ecstatic. if I can land this player. He has fallen. And based on what Travis has drafted already, I think he might fall to me. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to put the brain waves out there too much because I don't want Travis reading my mind, which sounds like a funny thought, but Travis really can if he tries hard enough. He will read my mind. All right, good. He didn't read my mind. Unreal. All right, well, thankfully I had Sony Michel should be fine. He'll be an okay running back this year. That could be an okay. But the guy I really wanted, and we're really going to take advantage of just this computer system.
That's what he said last time. Then he auto drafted.
Wait. Maybe I can't. Maybe his. Oh, maybe he was already taken. I gotta look. Great. I got 20 seconds. So now I'm probably gonna go. I'm just gonna do it. Now, my computer.
Could it be, folks? 2 back-to-back
No.
auto picks?
This is gonna be a steal. I could have waited a little bit longer, but I'll just grab him here. Hayden Hurst, tight end, gonna be a breakout tight end. Traded to Atlanta. Had a decent year for Baltimore last year, but they just had too many tight ends over there. And now goes to an offense that just let go of Austin Hooper, who Austin Hooper had the best, year of his career last year. Top 5 tight end. So now I got to see if my guy is gone because I didn't even see him. I didn't see him on my first glance. And then when I tried to type in his name, he didn't come up. Oh, he did already go in the 7th round. Dang it. I was way behind on the times.
Who were you thinking about?
Jonathan Taylor. But he went in the 7th. It makes sense. That's where he should go. I just thought that the system, he fell through the cracks. Similar to how Cam Akers fell through the cracks for Travis, but it's okay. All right. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I understand that. I get it.
Well, Johnny's up now. 20 seconds left after taking Hayden Hurst. He's digging through his names.
Everyone's going
sheet.
quarterback here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab Matt Ryan. Do it in the 10th. It is what it is. I almost went Baker Mayfield there. I thought about Baker, but at the end of the day, I would take Matt Ryan over Baker Mayfield if I was having to make the choice. But I do like Baker Mayfield as a bounce back there, Travis. All right, you take Matt Breida.
Yeah, I think I do agree with you that I like Baker Mayfield as a bounce back. I do believe in Baker Mayfield for sure. I took Matt Breida because look, in Miami, like I think he's got a shot to do some work there. It's definitely not even a guy I have to rely on fully, but it's definitely a depth piece, and we'll see what happens there. J.K. Dobbins goes right after me. Kind of hoping J.K. would fall to the 11th, and I'd be able to take him as a upside play. Daryl Henderson goes after that. Jerry Jeudy to Chewbacca, who we listen. We know Chewbacca's an avid Broncos fan, so this is a big this is a big pick for Chewbacca to take Jerry Jeudy here. And look, Jeudy should have a good shot to put up points right off the bat. If Drew Lock can evolve as a quarterback, then both Sutton and Jeudy should feast this year, especially a team that projects to be down quite a bit. After Jerry Jeudy went Alexander Madison, Jimmy Garoppolo, Keyshawn Vaughn, Mecole Hardman, Baker Mayfield, Johnny's backup pick to Matt Ryan there, Curtis Samuel, O.J. Howard, then Justin Jefferson. Sammy Watkins and Kirk Cousins comes off the board, and now Chewbacca back on the clock here in the 11th.
Like I get caught up in like my own picks, and I'm trying to see where these other guys go, and like, oh, there it was. That was weird. I was typing in Lamb, but it wasn't coming up. I was just thinking about taking CD here. I don't know if it would have made it past Travis, but nice pick up there by Boeing. They like CD Lamb in his landing spot, although a lot of people didn't initially. But I do think that CD. Now listen, he might not be a big play in the beginning of the year, but he has the talent. And would it shock me, Travis and Chewbacca, if CeeDee Lamb came out and paralleled, what OBJ did in his rookie year, or what Calvin Benjamin did in his year or in his rookie year? It would not surprise me at all. I mean, I definitely do think that, like, here's Travis's pick, Rieger. I think Rieger has a better opportunity to hit right away. But I do like where CD ultimately, I don't think is as bad as most people talk about.
Yeah, listen, it's all about not only talent, but like where you land. It's about talent and marriage to the situation and the opportunity. I think that CeeDee Lamb is not in the best opportunity right off the bat, but he is definitely one of the most talented wide receivers. And you could see a situation where in a couple of years, or even this year, at the end of this year, you're very excited about CeeDee Lamb. Johnny takes Deontay Johnson. Look, I love Deontay Johnson. The upside is there. Pittsburgh knows wide receivers. He showed up in a limited format last year with terrible quarterback play. So I would think Deontay Johnson is definitely worth a shot this year.
Yeah, I really
Delaney
like
Walker.
Deontay Johnson. Unfortunately, I tried to trade for him in Dynasty, but the owner wanted an absurd draft pick for him. So I didn't end up making that deal. But I do like Deontay Johnson, and I did draft him last year as well. The talent is definitely there. Hey, listen, Steelers know what they're doing when drafting wide receivers. They've always have. Like, that's the one thing that's their key. That's their bread and butter is drafting wide receivers there. So I like Deontay Johnson, and again, fifth wide receiver. Not necessarily needing him, more of a depth piece, but I like him certainly. Delaney Walker, New England Patriots go for another defense. Are they the first defense? That's the first defense off the board, taken by Austin. Here's what I will say about New England's defense and why I wouldn't take them, and why I think that taking them at the 11:02 or 11:12 pick, even though it's late, it's like a lot later than you would, you see other number one, quote unquote, number one defense come off the board. Defenses have not repeated. Number one defenses have not repeated in back-to-back years since, like, the Chicago Bears did it with Brian Urlacher, and like the 2000s seasons. It is super rare that happens. So for that reason, I'm out.
Fair enough.
Just went with the backup pick here. Wanted to lock up that backfield. I'm feeling pretty confident about where my team is facing right now and the running back situation. So I was looking at Jordan Howard. I do like that situation that Big Travi just picked. But the reason why I went with Chase over Howard was just to lock up the backfield. But Jordan Howard, you talk about a team going to a team that will, give him the carries on the goal line, and I don't care how much you suck, they'll continue to do it, is Miami. So
yeah, I mean, I took Breda a couple rounds earlier for the upside. Take Jordan Howard here to kind of lock up.
I like it.
Listen, neither of those guys hopefully have to be my running back, but in case they do, that's where we're going. Will Disley goes to Michael here. Dede Westbrook. Then Chewbacca takes Henry Ruggs. Look, Henry Ruggs should slide right into a lot of targets. Super fast wide receiver, very talented. Could be a really big upside play there for Chewbacca. Dallas Goddard goes to the computer, then Tariq Cohen, and now the sports nerd is back.
Wow, how the mighty have fallen, dude. Tyreek Cohen was like a fifth rounder last year. Do you remember that? He was super, super hot. People were like, "Oh, fifth, fourth rounder." And man, he is now a 12th rounder, and even taking him in the 12th round, you're kind of like, what are you doing? Although, and a half PPR,
After,
it
yeah.
does. It's nice.
After Cohen goes Pittman Jr., then Duke Johnson, Jared Cook, followed by Justice Hill, Jameis Winston, Tyler Higbee, and Golden Tate, Anthony Miller, and now Chewbacca back on the clock. Oh, Chewbacca with San Fran defense. Then Jared Goff goes. Michael takes Buffalo Bills.
And Big Travie is on the clock here.
So a little bit of a lottery pick with Damian Harris last year. He was a third-round pick for the Patriots. Georgia running back, good hands. I think he's a guy that could sneak in under the radar this year as like one of those post-hype sleepers. Just going to take a chance on him here in the later round. Johnny taking Naheem Hines. Love that pick there. Naheem Hines, definitely pass catcher in an offense that should be throwing quite a bit. Jonathan Taylor, not the best receiver as a back. And they drafted him in the second round here, so that's a nice pick. Daniel Jones goes off the board. Austin now here with a couple back-to-back picks.
Already see the guy that I'm going to be aiming for in this next pick. I'm hoping he falls to me. Ooh, Austin taking Sam Darnold.
Sammy D.
He wasn't confident in his Dak Prescott. He's got to rub it in a little bit. He's like, oh, not only did I take Dak, who you wanted as your quarterback, but I'm going to back him up with Sam Darnold. I'm going to draft 2 quarterbacks in this mock draft, and because I can. It's okay. I'll look past it. I'm going to grab good old Mr. Reliable, Larry Legend, possibly his last year, his last go-around, but that offense looks super, super nice. And give me Mr. Larry Legend, Mr. Reliable, who I'll be able to plug in and get me a really solid base with some really high upside.
Michael takes, or I take Preston Williams after Larry. Drew Lock goes off the board. I know Chewbacca's hurt on that one because he wanted to take Drew Lock there. Big Broncos fan. Dallas Cowboys come off the board here. Then Adrian Peterson. I think that's a solid pick right now, given the state of the running backs. Like you get a nice running back in the 4th or 14th round in AP who has been consistent and has been durable. It's like a Frank Gore. It's a nice little upside pick. Chicago Bears come off the board. Then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Matthew Stafford, couple kickers. Then the Rams defense, Ravens defense. Sports Nerds back up to kind of round out this final round here.
Man, I was really hoping Baltimore Ravens defense fell to me because that would have been really, really nice. I don't often take defense or kickers in these mock drafts, but heck, Chewbacca took a defense and Austin took a defense, so I was like, well, why not if Baltimore falls to me? But they no longer did, so a little concerned there.
I mean,
ooh, Greg the leg. I'll tell you what, Michael Boeing is having a very, very nice draft here. He's putting together quite the team. I like what I'm seeing over here. It's almost as if he's listened to us before. Way to go, Michael. Again, has his own podcast. It's really, really fun. Go and check him out. Youngblood
Sports.
Yeah.
Big fan of that for sure.
I'll tell you what, his suit is he has a picture of himself in a college suit at for the college that he attended, and it's quite awesome. It's one of those custom ones. I'll tell you what, if NAU had one, I would have bought one back in the day, like a custom NAU suit. I mean, it wasn't not like custom, but like an NAU suit. Oh, he's going Justin Jackson. So he didn't. So listen here, Whisper Nation. What you literally heard, or what you literally just saw, was that Big Travie does not give one iota for what I was talking about earlier about the rookie coming, and he does not believe that it'll happen.
I mean, I just think it's the 15th round. I don't have to care too much. Um, but Justin Jackson's a guy that I've been on that hype train for the last couple of years. I'm gonna stick with it.
Mm.
Oh, and Johnny taking Kaimi Fairbairn here,
Yeah,
taking the kicker.
I don't normally go kickers or defenses, but kicker that was just screaming as a value pick right there.
Matt Prater. I love Austin's last pick here,
TJ
15th round.
Hawkinson, yeah, that's a good one.
Great pick there. All right, guys. Well, we did it.
Here,
We
yeah, we did it.
walked
We
through
did it. We did it.
it.
Hooray.
Johnny, take us through a little bit of what happened here, the madness.
Yeah, it was a little bit crazy. Joe Mixon. I mean, there's a lot of value right now because the picks are still unsettled, right? So
Right.
you just continue to take the best player available, and that's what I like to do. You'll see that as a common theme with a lot of my mock drafts. Started off Joe Mixon, Chris Godwin, DJ Chark, Kenyon Drake was in a tremendous value there in the fourth. DJ Moore, who I think is going to have a really nice season. David Johnson, who I think could bounce back in the sixth. I think that's an absolute steal of a pick. You got Todd Gurley, which I also think is a really nice pick there as well. So a couple nice running backs that you can get in the sixth round. Terry McLaurin in the seventh. Sony Michel was the computer pick, but I'm okay with it. It ended up being okay. Hayden Hurst, I think, is going to be a tight end that lands on a lot of my teams this year. Because similar to Mark Andrews and how we were both on that bandwagon, I just think his value and what he presents is tremendous deep in drafts. And so if everyone wants to reach on early tight ends and be my guest, I'll go ahead and sit back and take Hayden Hurst deep in drafts and be just as excited about it as getting one of these guys in the seventh. Matt Ryan in the 10th, kind of basically one of the only few quarterbacks left. Deontay Johnson, really like. Chase Edmonds backed up my Kenyon Drake pick. Naheem Hines, I really like. We'll talk about this guy for sure this summer and going into the season, especially with how they drafted. Really opening up a very nice role for Naheem Hines going into this year with Philip Rivers behind the quarterback there. Larry Legend, always love having him on my team, even if he doesn't produce. I'm okay with it because he is a legend. Love watching him. And Kai Fairbairn. Yeah, I hate kickers, but what are you gonna do?
You hate him?
I don't hate them. I'm just like I hate the fact that we play in leagues where they don't get negative points for misses. Although I'll tell you what, when I do play in a couple leagues where you do get negative and I forget it, and when it happens, it sucks. I'm like so mad. I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Get what you get.
All right, so our guys came on here tonight, and especially want to give a shout out for first night of mock draft mania. Chewbacca comes on tonight, so Chewy drafts from appreciate you, man. Really,
Yeah, I really
really,
appreciate you.
really. Alvin Kamara, he's obviously wearing the jersey. He loves him some Alvin Kamara. Aaron Jones back to back, so a couple upside running backs that live off efficiency. Then he takes Adam Thielen and Deshaun Watson. Uh, like really just a top four that's like, when they're on, like you're not going to beat this team. It's going to be a heavy hitter. Tyler Boyd and Will Fuller to follow that up. Love Will Fuller's upside this year. Tyler Boyd is another one that should step right back into a great role with Joe Burrow working over the slot. Tevin Coleman, Latavius Murray. I understand the picks, but Tevin Coleman was taken here before Raheem Mostert. I don't know if I would have done that personally. I would have taken Raheem Mostert first. Latavius Murray, obviously, to lock up the Alvin Kamara and get the safety there. But then I loved what he did here with the back-to-back-to-back wide receiver picks in the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Jerry Judy, Robbie Anderson, Henry Ruggs, really upside guys there. One of those should work out to be a really nice piece for his team this year. The Niners defense still very talented. Adrian Peterson was a huge value at the 14th round. And then Young Hoku, who doesn't love a kicker that gets on YouTube and does a backflip during kicking?
Right.
Exactly. Um, Going over to Big Travy's team here. Went with three elites. Wasn't thrilled with drafting from 109, but it ended up being a team that I could go home and be proud of. Tyreek Hill, Lamar Jackson, Zach Ertz, the top three picks. Wanted to make sure I went home with guys I could trust at every position there. CEH was my first running back selected, but first round running back going to a very nice system. Look, if Damian Williams was healthy all last year, he would have been an RB1, no doubt. OBJ in the fifth round, like I don't think this is going to be possible come this summer and fall. Todd Gurley, Marquise Brown, Cam Akers, a lot of picks here. That look, Todd Gurley I think is going to be in a nice spot at least for 1 year here in a very high potent offense. Should get some touchdown usage there. Marquise Brown was never really fully healthy last year. If he is in that offense, could be a really big weapon. Cam Akers should have no problem taking over the running back position for the Rams. We know uh, uh, Sean McVay wants to run the football. Really excited about that. Emmanuel Sanders, Matt Breida, Jalen Rager in the 11th. I think, obviously this is an early mock draft. You're getting a lot of value in some of these spots. Jordan Howard, Damian Harris, and Preston Williams. Love Preston Williams. I think that he could be a big steal here in the 14th
Mm,
for Miami, especially with Tua coming and being involved there. But even without Tua, they still have Ryan Fitzpatrick, and we know he pushes the ball down to wide receivers.
mhm.
Justin Jackson was just kind of that play. I'll probably cut him for a kicker or whatever. But uh, really appreciate everybody coming out here.
Yep.
Whisper Nation, we want to know what you think. Comment below with what you guys thought of tonight. We will obviously be doing this every Monday in May. So next week, we will be mock drafting right again. Maybe we'll Chewbacca. Maybe we'll have Chewbacca back, or maybe we'll have somebody else. But either way, we will be mocking it up here next week. For Johnny Game Time Hicks, for Chewbacca, I'm Big Travie, and we are the Fantasy Whisperers. We're out. Peace.
Peace.